This is Anti-Pro Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm joined by WA World Super Bantamweight Champion Brandon Figueroa. Brandon, how are you doing?
I'm doing excellent.
It's good to hear. Obviously, we're here ahead of Saturday night. You're fighting on the Wilder-Ortiz 2 undercard, defending your world title against Julio. Just talk to me about the fight and what do you know about Julio?
Julio, he's a Mexican fighter, has that Mexican blood. You guys see like the likes of Juan Manuel Marquez, Barrera, Morales. These types of Mexican fighters kind of fight. I know he's gonna come to brawl. I'm also a Mexican fighter. I love to mix it up inside, outside. I can switch lefty, righty. Basically I can adapt to any style and I can implement my own style.
From what you've seen so far and from what you've worked on in camp, how have you been trying to work around what you're expecting Julio to bring on Saturday?
Yeah, yes, sir. We definitely work on that left hook. His losses have come to left hooks. Not only that, but he's been knocked down with left hooks. So definitely worked on left hooks, and obviously I can't forget the body work. That's something that is my trademark punch. The body. They want to change my name to the body snatcher, but of course, just little by little break my opponent down and finish him.
So how do you kind of see the fight playing out in your own mind when you get both in the ring and you're staring at each other before the first bell goes? How do you see it going out?
I see that movie replay a bunch of times. My opponents underestimate me. They see a pretty boy, they see a skinny frame, but once they get hit with a punch, that's when they realize, oh man, this guy's a man. I feel like I'm gonna end up stopping Julio maybe in the 6th, 7th round. But he's a good fighter, tough fighter. I'm not gonna take that away from him, and I prepared 110% for this fight, so I don't underestimate him as well, but I'm confident in my own skills.
I know your attentions will be fully focused on Julio, but moving forwards, what have you spoken to your team about potential other world champions, unification fights, etc.? How far off do you think you are from seeing yourself in and amongst those?
Maybe I want to say 2020, maybe March, April. I want to say maybe another fight, and then maybe summer unify against the world champion. But it's all up to God, it's all up to all Heyman, PBC, my team, of course, to come to agreements with that. But first I want to get through this fight and after talk about 2020.
Just the last word on potential other fights. Out of the other world champions, who do you feel would give you your most difficulties or your most problems to try and work around?
I feel like maybe Rey Vargas and Manuel Navarrete. I feel like those two tough Mexican fighters, world champions, will give me a lot of trouble. But I feel through hard work and dedication, I can overcome that obstacle.
Obviously, as we've mentioned as well, you're on the Wilder-Ortiz 2 undercard. What are your thoughts on that headline fight, that rematch?
Excuse me, what was the question again?
What are your thoughts on the Wilder-Ortiz 2 rematch?
Oh yeah, I feel like it's a dangerous fight again for Wilder to take it again. It's going to be an amazing fight. I feel like this fight night is going to be amazing, packed with great fights. But I feel like Wilder is going to take the fight again. His confidence is going to be amazing, and I feel like he's going to get another knockout.
And Leo Santa Cruz as well, another fellow Mexican, looking to become a 4-weight world champion when he faces Miguel Flores. What are your thoughts on that fight?
Man, I feel like that's going to be another great fight. They're both going to throw volume of punches, but I feel like Leo Santa Cruz has the experience. He's been in world class fights. He's been in tougher fights, and I feel like he's going to win that fight also.
When you was just starting out, was it the people like Leo Santa Cruz that you looked up to?
No, I feel like I looked up to mostly, Juan Manuel Marquez, those bigger Mexican idols, but definitely, I do look up to Leo Santa Cruz for what he's done. He's definitely done a lot for the Mexican culture, and I'm proud of him.
Leo's fought Carl Frampton twice, and there's always been talks about a potential third fight. Would that be something you'd like to see a Leo Santa Cruz Carl Frampton fight in a third time, as they've both won one each so far?
Yeah, I feel like that would be like the ender, kind of like Juan Manuel Marquez and Manny Pacquiao. They had the amazing trilogy, and I feel like that would be the way to settle it. Us boxers, we have a lot of pride. We always want to prove that we're the best, and especially losing one and winning one. We always want to prove that we're the best over our opponent.
And finally, before I do let you go, because I know you can smell the food and you'll probably be getting hungry yourself, but you're not allowed to eat any of that as you're in camp. Ruiz-Joshua 2, we're a matter of about 2 weeks out now. What are your thoughts on the rematch?
I'm going with Ruiz. I feel like he's really smart. I feel like his IQ boxing is underestimated. I feel like the fight's going to go the same way. I know Anthony Joshua is going to be a little bit more cautious, but I feel like Anthony Ruiz is more cautious than before. He's more confident, and I feel like he's more prepared.
Well, Brandon, I appreciate your time. I'll let you shoot off now. Thanks for speaking to myself and Boxing Social, and best of luck on Saturday night.
Thank you.